Okay. Hello, everybody. I didn't even hit the intro here. So there's a problem with Nielsen, and I do believe this is a Nielsen issue. So we do not have the overrun included in the number, which I will tell you in 1 second here as I'm trying to write the report at the same time and check to make sure. I will, let's see here. I just want to make sure. I believe this ranked number 3. It did rank number 3 among cable originals. I just want to send this out on Patreon first to make sure, and that will generate everything else. So what we have here, I will put it on the screen in this form as I share my screen here. We have AEW Big Business last night from 8. This is really to 10, so please ignore this 10:06. But we have 801,000 viewers for the 2 hours. Now, this does not include the overrun. Again, I repeat, this does not include the overrun. Does that mean that the number is going to be that much different? Probably not. And a 0.21 in the demo. So not much of a difference from the prior week, right? Which was last week was a little bit lower in total, but about the same in the demo. Last week was 779. So this was a pretty normal number for Dynamite. If we look at my big spreadsheet here, I suppose we can look at it this way. And if we isolate this to Dynamite and just look at the recent Dynamite episodes and make this a lot bigger, this is probably hard to see, right? If we look at, this is the total number of viewers in thousands for the most recent weeks of Dynamite. And we have 801, again, 801,000 for this episode of Big Business AEW Dynamite. And it's, it's probably on the lower end of the trailing several weeks here. We have how many weeks here on the screen here? We have 9 weeks on the screen, and it's 801 compared to the others that are mostly more than 801, except for, I suppose, this one last week. Yeah. And 355, which is, I'm confident that's not an error. And I will double check with where I got this from. Yes, it is 355. Again, that doesn't include the overrun, but I can't imagine this. I believe it was a 6-minute overrun is really going to make a huge difference. And I do believe that. I'm gonna make sure that is out there for everybody. It is okay. Good. So not a big difference here. A pretty normal number. I'm going to try to show, yeah. So let's see, what else do we have here? I will, because we're doing a live stream here, we'll go through my whole report that is out there for subscribers here. We'll show this, right? This is what's on Wrestlenomics.com when you're logged in. Here's the big chart. Dynamite at the moment is down 10% year over year, and it is down 5% in the demo. Turn my light on here. Oh, it's so much brighter now. I'm shocked at how many people are watching this. Year over year, if you compare it to the same time of the year last year, this is down slightly in total viewership from last year. In the demo, it's basically right on. If you're looking at, this is what I'm looking at here, is this blue dot right here. It's basically dead on to what it did in the same week last year. On the month, let's hyperanalyze this. On the month of March, Dynamite is currently down 9% in total viewership, is currently down 6% in the demo. How does that compare to TV overall or the rate of cord cutting? That's roughly probably the rate of cord cutting, or the rate of cord cutting is probably more aggressive, or the rate of TV consumption is probably more aggressive in the demo. If you want to talk about the attendance, the latest number from WrestleTix is 8,816. Now I know. We'll look at this report that WrestleTix put out last night. We'll read multiple sources. This is from WrestleTix last night. Multiple sources have confirmed that AEW Big Business has distributed 9,400 tickets tonight. This would mean that any section that WrestleTix partially credited, anyway, I won't read the whole thing, but WrestleTix did confirm that 9,400 was the number, and I've got here the latest estimate from WrestleTix which was 8,816, which would, if it really was 94,000 or 9,400 rather, That is like on the level of the Blood and Guts that was also in Boston back in July. So I will. We're all over the place here just to look at this again. I just want to put on the screen here. Oh my God. Okay, there we go. I just want to put on the screen here the what the actual numbers are as we I would probably do this after WrestleMania as well for the post WrestleMania Raw, because this seems to there seems to be a demand for it. But there is the number, March 13th, last night, AEW Dynamite, 801,000. Now that I should put an asterisk in this, right? Like, you know, not including the overrun. So that's the number. I don't know if I don't intend to make this longer, but by God, people are tuning in. So I guess I should, take advantage of this consumption. Now you can't see the thing because because this ticker is in the way. So I will let's do this. The if you want to know what the first quarter hour did, now the first quarter hour is almost always the most watched quarter hour of the show because of The Big Bang Theory, which is among the most watched telecasts, certainly when it comes to reruns. So even in a normal situation, you would expect the first quarter hour to be the most highly viewed quarter hour of the show, and this it was also the case for this show. 423,000 viewers, and let's see, I'm sorry, 423,000 viewers in the demo was the number. And what is that as a demo rating? That as a demo rating for, this is, of course, the quarter hour that contained the Mercedes Moné debut. That did a 0.32, that quarter hour by itself did a 0.32 on a show with 8 quarter hours that averaged a 0.27. So as you would expect, the first quarter hour was the most highly viewed, and especially in this case. And we had over 1 million viewers for the first quarter hour, also the most highly viewed. So basically what you would expect there. I'm going to dump this into one of my spreadsheets here that will populate the quarter hours, and I will update them using a script over on this screen. And I guess I'll just keep going until people start to tune out. We're almost at 2,000. What is going on? Okay. By the way, I will have a full quarter hour report up later for subscribers of the Patreon. And since so many people are here, I feel like I will try to give you some more information about the quarter hours here as I load them into the proper spreadsheets. Do we have the information here? It's loading. I can tell you what outranked in the meantime. I can tell you what outranked AEW Dynamite last night. It was the 2 NBA games that aired on ESPN. The 2 NBA games outranked AEW in the demo. Again, AEW in the demo had 355,000 viewers, age 18 to 49. And it was outranked by the NBA games, which did 457 and 583. That's pretty normal. So I've got the wrong numbers in there. Okay. Good thing I'm not showing that. What have I got on my other screen here? Yeah, okay. All right. Okay. I'm going to those are the main takeaways. I'm going to look at the quarter hours to see if anything really grew or diminished the audience. And this is calculating. Okay. So this first quarter hour was 25% higher than the first quarter hour normally is. If I'm doing my math here, right, based on the median of the trailing four. So as you would expect, there was a larger audience, even than usual, for this first quarter hour with the debut of Mercedes Moné, and that's almost all that was in it. There was also a Samoa Joe backstage promo that was also in it. As far as big growth here, we do see this crossover segment at 9 o'clock, from 9 to 9:15, which was the Will Ospreay live promo, which had no ad breaks in it. And this quarter hour, number one, with Mercedes Moné, also had no ad breaks in it, which is a benefit to those quarter hours. But the Will Ospreay promo, 9 o'clock, grew the audience by 8%, grew the audience by 12% in the demo, which will light up our demo green box in terms of growing the audience better than that quarter hour normally does. So I think that's all I'm going to do for today, unless people have questions. I guess if you want to put a super chat question in the next like 2 minutes while I'm still here, I will answer that. But I will have a full quarter hour report with all the images for subscribers at patreon.com/Wrestlenomics. My main takeaway here is that we have issues here with this number not including the overrun, but there's no way that I don't think there's much of a way that this is going to really change the narrative or change the number here in terms of it. This is only a 6-minute overrun, so let's say the viewership was incredibly high. I think that would budge the number a little bit because we're talking about 6 minutes out of what will be about 126 overall. So, yeah, I think that's all. As people are just flooding in, how can I monetize you? Was the tune out? Here's a question. Was the tune out as strong as it usually is from quarter hour 1 to quarter hour 2? The tune out from quarter hour 1 to quarter hour 2 was -9%. The 90-day trend is 11%. So did people tune in just for that segment, then tune out at a greater degree than normal? No, they didn't. The quarter hour 1 to quarter hour 2 number was pretty normal. And how normal was this number compared to usual? When I look at, let's look at this real quick. If I put my big chart back on the screen here, and I think do I calculate this over here in the spreadsheet? I do. Compared to the trailing 28 days, we take a median of what was before this show in the last 28 days, this show only, and it was down 2%. It was down 7% in the demo. So this was not a big rating in terms of what Dynamite usually does. For Dynamite in general, it ranked number 3, which is really good on the night. And that's usually what in the range of what Dynamite does in terms of the ranking, right? If we look at this column right here, did number 3 last week, week before that was number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 2, number 1. So a pretty normal rating for AEW Dynamite. Does that mean that Mercedes Moné is not a draw? Not as big of a draw, maybe as certainly as say that the CM Punk episode did, right? But this was a really good house for what Dynamite has been doing lately, certainly in terms of attendance. So I'm going to sign off. And if you want the quarter hours in the full format, I talked over a couple of them, but if you want the full quarter hour report, that will be up there for subscribers. And I'll be back on Sunday for subscribers with the podcast, Wrestlenomics Radio. And I don't know, hit the like button and subscribe and consume all the content and become too entertained and desensitized to all the entertainment that you watch. And will be, Pollock and Thurston is every Wednesday, by the way. You should watch that program too. We did one yesterday with Tim Marchman on the story that we broke for Front Office Sports on identifying who the WWE corporate officers are. So thanks for everybody for tuning in. This is a massive audience that I feel like I should spend more time with here and do something about, but I'm not going to. So thanks everybody for tuning in. And maybe I'll do this again for the post WrestleMania Raw. That'll be my plan, as I'll probably be like in an airport or something at that time. So see you later.